West Side Story is in a category of its own. From its colorful cast of memorable characters, to its timeless songs and stunning choreography.
Maria, I've just met a girl named Maria.
Over half a century after its release, it is crystal clear that West Side Story is one of the greatest movies of all time. The iconic 1961 film featuring the music of the legendary Leonard Bernstein was based on the 50s Broadway musical of the same name. A modern twist on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the film follows the forbidden and tragic love story of Toni and Maria through the gang-riddled landscape of New York City's Upper West Side in the late 1950s. The film touches on issues of loyalty, love, class, and prejudice that are as relevant today as ever. As soon as it was announced that legendary director Steven Spielberg was remaking West Side Story, everyone has been wondering how the new cast can possibly stack up to the original. It's a tall order to top a movie that won 10 Academy Awards, so Mr. Spielberg definitely has his work cut out for him. However, knowing Spielberg, we're hoping he won't let us down. In the words of Toni, something's coming, something good.
Something's coming, something good.
Be sure to hit the like button in the bottom right hand corner and make sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking the subscribe button. Oh, and please leave a comment below letting us know your favorite West Side Story character. Now, let's take a deeper look at the original 60s cast versus the new 2020 cast.
Okay, Sharks. Vámonos.
Maria was originally played by the late Natalie Wood. While she did not provide the singing voice for the character, she truly brought the character to life. Natalie Wood had truly made a name for herself, starring in well-known films since she was just 8 years old, such as the Christmas classic Miracle on 34th Street. She also starred alongside the iconic James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause in 1955.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I treated you mean today.
Sadly, in 1981, Natalie drowned off Catalina Island at age 43. An investigation into her drowning incident is still ongoing today. Despite such a tragic and sudden end to her life, we'll always remember her as Maria.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty, that the city should give me its key.
Fast forward to the 2020 remake, and the role of Maria will be played by 17-year-old Rachel Zegler. Amazingly, Zegler has never been in a movie or even on Broadway. She was actually found through a nationwide talent search, and before being cast as Maria, was mostly known for posting videos on social media of her amazing voice.
All the stars we steal from the night sky will never be enough.
Toni. The role of Toni was originally played by Richard Beymer, who also starred in the cult classic Twin Peaks.
That is incredible job.
For the 2020 remake, Toni will be played by Ansel Elgort. Ansel has a side gig as an EDM artist under the name. At 82 years old, Beymer is still alive and still working. As recently as 2017, he reprised his role as Benjamin Horne in Twin Peaks. Anita. Anita was played by the incredible Rita Moreno, and will be played in the 2020 remake by Ariana DeBose. Moreno might just be one of the best Anitas, if not the best, as she won Best Supporting Actress Oscar for West Side Story.
I can't believe it!
DeBose may have some pretty big shoes to fill, but we don't doubt she won't disappoint, as she's an original cast member of Broadway's Hamilton, with one hell of a voice. Rita Moreno is 88 years old and still kicking it. While she dominated in West Side Story, she also starred in other notable films like Singin' in the Rain, The King and I, The Four Seasons, I Like It Like That, and many more. What's even more exciting is that Moreno is slated to have a role in the 2020 remake of West Side Story, so original fans everywhere can get pumped about that. Rita has had one heck of a career, especially on the tube. She was a major part of HBO's early 2000s prison drama Oz, as she played the head nurse for the entire 6 seasons of critically acclaimed programming. I mean, that wasn't TV, that was HBO. And even more recently, Rita helped solidify a growing Latino audience for Netflix, reworking Norman Lear's hit 1975 sitcom One Day at a Time. The show was unfortunately canceled by Netflix before its 4th season, but with enough audience willpower, another network picked it up, and we sure are crying happy tears along with Rita. Bernardo. The role of Bernardo was portrayed by George Chakiris in 1961 and will be played by David Alvarez in the 2020 film. Again, Alvarez may have big shoes to fill here, but he is a former Broadway star, as he was one of the original 3 boys cast to play Billy on Broadway in Billy Elliot the Musical.
David says he can identify with Billy Elliot.
One thing that we do have in common is that he loves to dance, and I love to dance. And that he would do anything to just dance, and so would I.
Those original 3 boys would go on to win a Toni Award for their roles, so it's safe to say that we're expecting a stellar performance. Chakiris won both a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for his performance as Bernardo. While he made his first appearance in the 1947 film Chorus of Love, he would continue to rack up roles in musical films like 1951's The Great Caruso and 1954's White Christmas as a dancer. Prior to joining the 1961 cast of West Side Story, he actually had a role in the show in London, cast as Riff. He even had a career as a pop singer in the 60s, showcasing his triple threat background in the arts. His last acting credit was back in 1996, so needless to say, he's taking it easy for now. Riff.
When you're a jet, all the way from your first cigarette to your last dying day.
Riff was originally played by Russ Tamblyn in 1961 and will be officially played by Mike Faist in the 2020 film. Similar to previously mentioned actors, Faist is a Tony-nominated actor out of Columbus, Ohio, who moved to New York at just 17 years old to pursue acting. He soon became a working actor for Broadway's critically acclaimed Dear Evan Hansen. Now, Tamblyn's success with West Side Story would eventually lead to more roles like in the crime film High School Confidential and in the title role of Tom Thumb in 1958. Not only is he a wonderful actor, but his gymnastic and acrobatic talents in addition to choreography made him a shoo-in for leading roles down the line. His last known credit was in 2018 for The Haunting of Hill House for just 1 episode. Doc. While the role was originally played by Ned Glass, it will be played by actress Rita Moreno for the 2020 remake. Moreno's new version of Doc will actually be named Valentina and is slated to be a reconceived and expanded version of the character of Doc, according to BuzzFeed. While Glass passed away back in 1984, his career in film is nothing short of grand. He appeared in over 80 films throughout his career and was known for his distinct nasally voice and New York accent.
This may be a problem unless you get a thinner man. You see, this material is imported. We can't get it anymore. But don't let that be an obstacle. Here, the perfect fit. This will give you the full effect.
Other notable credits from his repertoire include that Elvis Presley film Kid Galahad, Never a Dull Moment, and Lady Sings the Blues. His last film appearance was in Street Music, and his last TV appearance was on Cagney and Lacey in 1982. Chino. The role of Chino was played by Jose de Vega in the original and will be played by Josh Andrés Rivera in the 2020 film. These two have a little bit in common, so it seems. West Side Story was the first film credit for de Vega, and it is the first film credit for Rivera as well. Similar to other cast members of the 2020 film, Rivera also has theatrical credits to his name as he was part of the national touring cast of Hamilton. He has quite a beautiful singing voice. Take a listen.
I love to hold you close.
While Jose de Vega sadly died in 1990, he held an impressive resume of acting credits up until his death. With West Side Story being his first acting credit, the credits that followed were pretty impressive television credits, including The Lieutenant, The Wild Wild West, Mission Impossible, and his final credit, everyone's favorite primetime soap, Dynasty. Ice. Ice was played by Tucker Smith, who is said to have not pursued an acting career after West Side Story because he was openly gay. At the time, this was a career death sentence, even in fancy Hollywood. Interestingly enough, Ice was not a character in the original Broadway play. He was created for the movie. His big moment, the song Cool.
Got a rocket in your pocket. Keep coolly cool, boy.
Was originally performed by the character Riff. Fun fact, Tucker Smith also dubbed some of Russ Tamblyn's singing for the number Jet Song. For the 2020 version, Ice will be played by Broadway actor Kyle Coffman, who's actually part of the 2010 Grammy-winning revival of West Side Story, but he played the character Arab. So we're looking forward to see what he does with Ice. Boy, can you believe it's been almost 60 years since West Side Story came out? Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss a single video we come out with. And please let us know in the comments if we missed anything important about West Side Story. From all of us here at Do You Remember, thanks for watching.